I have a quick, stupid question for you. How many trees did you speak to today? How many cups did you speak to today? And how many books did you speak to today? Most likely none. I believe you spoke to people, you met people, or you talked to people on phone, but you did not speak to trees. You just passed the trees. You just, like, you can see the cup, but you can't have a conversation with a cup or an item or even a pen or just anything. You can only converse with individuals. Most people, rather, can only speak with people. So, when you pray, because a prayer is a communication that we have with God, why is it that you don't even believe that your prayers are being heard? Why is it that you're doing it as a routine, that you are taught, you wake up, you pray before meals and you pray before you sleep. You just do it religiously. But do you ever stop and ask yourself, who am I praying to? And do I believe that he's there, or I'm just doing something to tick the box? Because if you're doing something to tick the box, it's going to be different than if you trust that your prayers are being listened to, that there's a God. And that means that there's a difference between a believer and a non-believer. There's a prayer that will be made by a believer. That means that there will be a conversation between you and God, because you know for sure that He is there. And then for the unbeliever, they'll be doing it religiously because it's just like a norm. And even if they don't do it, they don't feel like anything. But for you as a believer, you know that you are conversing with God. But then the question is, why is it that you worry? Why is it that you don't believe that that thing that you've prayed for will be done? And the Bible tells us in Mark 11:24, this is one of my favorite verses. It says, "Therefore I say to you that whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you receive them and you will have them." And that's just a matter of believing. It doesn't matter what you have asked for. It doesn't matter what you have prayed for. As long as you believe there's a God, as long as you believe that your prayers have been heard, then I can assuredly tell you that your prayers will be answered. But if you don't believe there's a God, then your prayers will not be answered. And that's why most of us, or sometimes, because we pray and even we tell God to help us in our unbelief. Sometimes you pray, but you are in doubt. But sometimes God just surprises you, and you are in awe. Like you're praying for maybe a job, but then you don't even know how it can happen. You made applications here, there, and then it happens, and you're even wondering by yourself, how did this happen? You're praying for maybe a baby, and then you're not sure how it's gonna happen, but it just happens, and you don't even know how it has happened. So God has a way of surprising you, and you have to expect that any day, anytime, God can surprise you with an answer to your prayer. So my encouragement today, remember, you're not speaking to an non-existent item. You're speaking to a God who was, is, and will forever be. So I hope that gives you the courage to believe and to not worry, because your prayers, no matter what you have prayed for, they will be answered. Sometimes the answer may not come today, but for sure it will come. My friend always tells me, we don't know when, but we know for sure it will happen. So believe that whatever you have prayed for, believe that it will be yours because you are a child of God. And if you're not a child of God, it's important to have a relationship with God because you can have a conversation. But if you are just living and you're not a child of God, then you don't have the courage to converse with Him. So make sure you have a relationship with God and make sure you don't worry because all your prayers will be answered. None of them will be unanswered. I hope that encourages you. So please like, comment, share, subscribe, and see you next time. God bless.